Hi, my name is Edward Shelton. I'm here for my persuasive speech. I have my audience assembled here. If you could please show the audience, I'd be appreciative. Ready? I support the troops. It's something we see on the backs of cars, trucks, slogans, and newspapers even. But how many of us have actually take the time to know what we can do to actually support the troops? It's estimated that between 4 and 17% of returning veterans from Operations Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom are returning with post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a crippling debilitation which affects an estimated number between 120 and 600,000 returning veterans from these horrific wars we're facing. I've seen it firsthand. I'm a returning veteran of Operation Enduring Freedom. I know what these individuals have gone through. I know what their life was like. I know how they've been dealing with returning back to a normal civilian life. Fortunately, there is an organization which helps these individuals out. It's important for us to know what this does for these individuals because we have to work alongside veterans. We know veterans. They're part of our lives. Some of us have veterans in their families. Some of us are veterans, like myself. The Wounded Warrior Project helps veterans in many facets of life. It's estimated that around 75% of veterans right now who have returned in the modern era do not have bachelor's degrees. And as we all know in this job market, a bachelor's degree is almost necessary to obtain a good long-term job. Also, they're returning with, like I said, post-traumatic stress disorder and other mental health illnesses which are very difficult for people who have not served to know what they're actually going through. Lastly, they deal with the physical repercussions of war. Some of them have lost legs, lost arms, and they have to deal with that kind of life for the rest of their life. That's where the Wounded Warrior Project steps in and helps. The Wounded Warrior Project meets them usually within the first couple hours of them being in the hospital to deliver a goodie bag, let them know the kind of stuff they offer. And when it comes to educational assistance, they can help them out with loans, grants, and money to help them obtain an education to live a long, fulfilling life. With the mental health, they assign them doctors or specialists to go over their certain problems, such as post-traumatic stress disorder. They have nightmares that they can't get out of their heads, recurring memories and thoughts, suicidal thoughts, and these mental health professionals are there to help them out, and the Wounded Warrior Project helps these individuals out get the help that they need. They also do help out with the physical ramifications of war. It's not every day that we see a veteran walking around without a leg, and it's not something that we're used to as civilians about seeing. Fortunately, the Wounded Warrior Project has a team of doctors and specialists who they can refer these wounded warriors to go get the help that they need to help them get a new prosthetic leg, to learn to use it, to utilize it. Now, we know how the Wounded Warrior Project helps out the individual. We've kind of seen a little bit of light shed on that subject. But what we usually forget about is the family. Now the families, when these wounded warriors return from home, their families need to know how to deal with life after that, because it's not a normal life anymore for these families. The Wounded Warrior Project does not stop at just the member. The Wounded Warrior Project takes time to give the family educational assistance they need to learn what the member is going through, what the service member has sacrificed, and how to deal with that. It's not every day that a family member has to learn how to rehabilitate someone who has lost both legs and an arm. They have to get that kind of support from the Wounded Warrior Project, and they provide specialists who provide that mental health to the family as well. Now, as I said before, supporting the troops. There's many ways in which you can help, and there's many opportunities that the Wounded Warrior Project gives individuals like us who are not faced with the trauma that these wounded warriors are faced with. They allow us the opportunity to volunteer for different aspects that they do. Local events such as the Mud Run held at Green Hill Park annually it's an event where the proceeds go to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project. Also, you'll see decals and whatnot on the sides of trucks, and that's where they go to help out with that. Also, we've seen what they do, but more importantly is to put a face with a name. Excuse me for that. Jeffrey Adams was a senior at Louisiana State University, where he was studying a degree in engineering. He chose to leave the university to go fight the terrorists in Iraq. While he was there on patrol one day, he inadvertently set up an IED which took his left leg, as you can see. The Wounded Warrior Project stepped in to help him out with educational assistance, mental health rehabilitation, and physical rehabilitation. With that, he was able to obtain his his degree from Louisiana State University with a family while battling mental health issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder while getting rehabilitation for a lost left leg. This here right here is what the Wounded Warrior Project was really for. This is the sole reason that they're there, and this is what your donation would be going to. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can I help Jeffrey Adams and the over 100,000 soldiers like him? Well, step one, you need to log on to the internet at www.woundedwarriorproject.org. This screen will pop up, and in the bottom right corner, you'll see Donate Now. Step two is to click that button and simply follow the directions in the link. I'm asking you to take that stand, to say that you support Jeffrey Adams and the thousands of soldiers like him who have done their duty to this country, and all they're asking for is your support and your help in return. Log into this site, click the Donate Now button, and donate $5 to help out a wounded warrior such as Jeffrey Adams and the thousands of others like him who need your help. Thank you.